Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn and the Greensboro City Council will host two virtual town hall meetings to obtain public input on the creation and implementation of a safety security ordinance. The focus is on nightlife safety issues. The meetings will take place on Zoom from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Monday, April 26th, and from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. on Monday, May 10th. Those who want to speak must sign up in the chat after the meeting starts. Attendees will have 3 minutes to share comments. Mayor Vaughn said we will hold future meetings to address additional areas of concern identified by the Greensboro Police Department, City Council, and the community. We will use the input gathered at these meetings to develop a comprehensive Greensboro safety ordinance. Visit the news section of the city's website to access the Zoom links for each meeting. The Workforce Development Department is taking its services on the road to make it easier to access employment and training services. Guilford Works is hosting a ribbon-cutting ceremony on Tuesday, April 27th from 10:30 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. The Mobile Career Center will be unveiled at the Meadowview Road offices. Representatives and public officials from across the state will be in attendance to celebrate this unveiling. The mobile unit is made possible thanks to a grant received from the Eastern Triad Workforce Initiative. The state-of-the-art mobile unit will deliver workforce services directly to communities based on need. The Mobile Career Center will feature the following assets: 12 computer workstations with internet access for members of the community to participate in employment and training services, Wi-Fi capability for residents who do not have access to the internet to check email, participate in online training, as well as to search and apply for jobs. Interior integrated monitors will enable workforce development staff and partners to facilitate workshops. Exterior monitors will display information and employment programs and services. The mobile unit is ADA compliant for individuals with mobility issues. Workforce Development is eager to get the Career Center on the road to enhance access to services and assist community members with gaining the necessary skills to secure meaningful employment. If your household has been financially impacted by COVID-19 and you or someone you know needs help paying rent and/or utilities, you can apply for funds from the Federal Emergency Rental Assistance Program. The city received nearly $9 million to award qualified renters within the city limits. Apply for up to 12 months of combined emergency rent and/or utility payment assistance per household. Past due, current and future rental payments will go directly to the landlord and utility companies and does not have to be repaid. Renters may apply or landlords may apply on the renter's behalf. U.S. citizenship is not required to apply. Applications are available online and can also be printed in 60 different languages. Visit the city's website for a list of documents you will need to attach to the application. The Emergency Rental Assistance Program is coordinated by the Neighborhood Development Department and administered by local partner agencies under contract. The city developed a partnership with Cone Health to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way for each of us to improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
Coronavirus pandemic has presented us with a unique and challenging situation. It can create a great deal of anxiety and stress. Anxiety and stress to a limited degree can actually be very helpful. However, taken to a significant degree, stress can create problems for us both physically as well as emotionally. So when trying to manage your stress, there are a number of strategies you can utilize. It is important to really not focus solely on those things we cannot control. In fact, what you should do is have some discussions and think about and even list those things we do have control of. Make it something that you can do together as a family. It's simple as what you're deciding to watch on television, the things that you do during the day, what you're having for dinner. Those may seem like small things that we all don't even think about during the day, but when you're in a time like this, when so much of life feels out of control, those things can feel very comforting. Do not overload on information. It is, in fact, important to understand the facts and keep up to date on to what is going on. However, you don't want to overload by watching television 24/7, staying with the newspaper, all day long. You need to take a break from that information. Think about the things in your life that you've used in the past that have helped you stay calm. Listening to music, or playing a musical instrument, or reading, talking with family members. These are all the same kinds of things that will help you during this challenging time. Think about creating new routines, whether it's games or watching certain television shows. Try some creative, artistic kinds of things that would be fun and unique. Try to incorporate your children into helping you come up with suggestions of things that would be fun to do. It's really important to understand that, again, stress and anxiety is normal. Do not try to just push it away or pretend it doesn't exist. If we try to deny it and push it down, it sometimes can create really cumbersome feelings, and it becomes more difficult to hold it back than it is just to let it out. It's okay to talk about it, it's okay to acknowledge it, and that, in fact, will help you work through it. Look at each day as a unique day. We take it one day at a time. Be very present in that day and make it the best possible day it can be. And tomorrow, creativity takes over, you make an entirely new day. But day by day, you will get through this, and that's the best way you can manage some of the stress and the anxiety that comes along with this.
Cosmetic changes are in the works for downtown, and Broadway performers can prepare to audition for the Sunday concert series. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Greensboro Department of Transportation is sharing plans to update the downtown streetscape on Davie Street and a portion of February 1 Place. This project is part of the Downtown Greensboro Streetscape Master Plan, which is made possible by $25 million of voter-approved community and economic development bonds. The project will add wider sidewalks, buffered bike lanes, and space for outdoor dining. Additionally, decorative granite pavers on February 1 Place will feature quotes from the Greensboro Four to honor this block's significance in the civil rights movement. Streetscaping serves as a critical infrastructure to improve pedestrian safety, encourage walking and biking, reduce automobile traffic, and improve the quality of downtown experiences. These streetscape plans are available on the city's website. For more information, contact Denise Conway, GDOT's engineering supervisor. The Neighborhood Development Department is asking residents to review and comment on two important documents: the Annual Action Plan and the Funding Chart. The Annual Action Plan describes programs and projects proposed for the next fiscal year, which runs from July 1, 2021 to June 30th, 2022. The Annual Action Plan is considered the funding application for U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Community Development Block Grants, Emergency Solutions Grants, Housing Opportunities for Persons with AIDS, and the Home Investment Partnership Act. The funding chart includes the amount of assistance Greensboro expects to receive for the range of activities to benefit low and moderate income residents. Comments about these plans can be emailed to Caitlin Bowers. Verbal comments can be called in to 336-433-7266, and comments must be received by 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday, May 4th. All comments will be considered prior to any action by the city towards implementing either of these plans. Anyone requiring an interpreter or other assistance in order to participate in any related public process should contact the Neighborhood Development Department. Creative Greensboro is accepting video auditions for MUSEP the Musical, Broadway Through the Decades. Interested performers have until Friday, May 14th to submit a video audition. This should include a link to a pre-recorded performance of the individual or duo singing a musical theater song of choice. In-person callbacks may be scheduled for May 17th and 18th. This cabaret-style performance will be recorded on Tuesday, June 15th and live streamed in July as part of the Music for Sunday Evenings in the Park concert series. Creative Greensboro seeks a racially diverse cast and encourages auditions by Greensboro area performers ages 7 and older. Solo and duet performances will be considered. Those selected will be assigned music from the planned concert repertoire. In-person rehearsals will be held evenings and on weekends as schedules permit. For more information, contact Creative Greensboro Performing Arts Coordinator Todd Fisher at 336-373-2974 or visit the Creative Greensboro website. The weather is starting to warm up in time to schedule some community-wide spring cleaning. Coming up after the break, find out how you can do your part to keep the green clean. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The dedicated employees with the city's Water Resources Department want the community to be just as dedicated when it comes to keeping our streams clean and litter-free. Joining me now to walk us through the Adopt a Stream program is Lane Roberts. She is the Public Education Coordinator for the Water Resources Department. Hello, Lane. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you for joining me. So tell us about Adopt a Stream for anyone who is not familiar.
Yeah, so the Adopt a Stream program is a volunteer program within Greensboro. Most cities have them. And essentially it's a way for us to engage our residents to volunteer within our community to help us clean and maintain our streams. So it's relatively easy. It's only a 2-year commitment, and you only have to clean up minimum of 2 times a year. You can obviously clean up more than that, but the minimum is twice a year for 2 years.
Okay, that seems reasonable if folks wanted to break it up depending on the weather or seasons. Is there anything residents should know before they sign up as a volunteer?
Yes. So we ask that no one under 10 volunteers, just for safety reasons. If anyone's ever done a land cleanup before, a stream cleanup can be a little bit different because you are actually in the creek. And when you're in the creek, those rocks can be slippery with algae and things like that. So safety is a number one. So age limit is 10. Identifying the stream before you adopt it is really important. You want to make sure that you wear proper clothing, so long sleeves, long pants, especially if it's this time of year when you're going to do your cleanup. You want to wear long pants because it is tick season. And so if you are sensitive to insects and things like that, bug repellent, protect your skin, wear sunscreen, things like that. We do provide bags and gloves. Gloves are important because, especially during COVID right now, not a lot of people want to handle things that someone else has handled, and for safety reasons too.
Those are some excellent tips. I would have not thought about much of what you said because I don't go outside enough. But as soon as you said ticks, I was right with you. And I thought mosquitoes before you said ticks. And I know that folks are always proud and want to take pride in the community, and that's part of why they would volunteer. But I'm just curious, how does the litter get to the stream to begin with?
Yeah, so it can be intentional litter or it can be accidental litter. So one thing I like to think about is on trash and recycling day. A lot of litter occurs as the trucks are tipping, and a lot of times those drivers, they might not see the piece here and there. So as a resident, it's your trash that is being serviced, and so if you notice when you get home from work, if you see debris around your recycling or your garbage, pick that up. You know, go ahead and put it back in your garbage or your recycling bin because that's your responsibility. That's your litter. A lot of times we notice that when certain areas are heavily littered, they're more commonly likely to be littered even more. So litter breeds litter. And so that's, intentional litter, where if someone sees this litter, they're like, oh, there's already litter there, I'll go ahead and deposit this here too. We don't want that.
Absolutely not. Aside from what you just mapped out, why is the Adopt a Stream program so vital for the city?
Yeah, so one thing, it's really great to just get outside, and we encourage partnerships. So there's a lot of times when we have community partners that will partner with other community partners to clean a section of stream together. Also, I think it builds community, but I think it helps, like I said earlier, just helping to beautify. And when you do something good for the environment, I think it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't do something just because it makes you feel good. But if it's the added benefit of making you feel good, then what's the harm in that?
Exactly.
Now
you said that if we notice when we get home and it's trash collection day and we see remnants left behind, it's easy enough to pick that up, put it back in the can, because you've got to move the can anyway. Is there other things, other ways? How easy is it for people to actually keep the green clean?
Yeah, so one thing that I do is I walk my dog when I get home from work, or if I'm at home at lunch, or through on a weekend, whatever it might be. I'll take a lap with my dog, kind of assess the litter in that block, and then I'll drop him off, and then I'll take a grabber and a bucket, and then I'll walk that loop again. Or if I want to take more exercise, get more steps in, if I've been more sedentary that day, then I'll just walk my neighborhood and I'll just pick up litter like that. So you don't have to be a part of an organization, you don't have to be a part of a group or officially adopt a stream or a park or a street. You can just pick up litter in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Even if you're downtown, and you see some litter, it doesn't hurt to pick it up. Depending on what it is, we want people to be safe. If it's a hazardous, then, leave it be. But if it's a plastic bottle or paper bag, something of that nature, then it doesn't hurt to just pick it up and put it where it belongs.
Very good advice, and a good way to get your steps in.
Exactly.
Well, Lane, thank you for taking time out to educate us about how we can keep the streams clean, get together groups, or just do it independently. Do come back and let us know about your other fantastic volunteer programs.
Will do.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council is holding hybrid meetings where they assemble in the council chambers, but the public participates virtually if they want to address the council. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. City Council meetings are usually on level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department has released the summer edition of Discover Greensboro magazine. It's available in English and Spanish online at gsoparksandrec.com. The magazine is the official guide for everything Parks and Recreation offers, including summer camp options, new programs for teenagers and children, and outdoor experiences available citywide. Explore all your options in the summer issue of Discover Greensboro. Discover Greensboro is made possible by local sponsors. To become a Discover Greensboro sponsor, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first we have an important message about COVID-19.
Remember the 3 W's. Wear a cloth face mask covering, wait 6 feet from others, and wash your hands often. By working together, we can adjust to this new normal and continue to save lives.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department has altered its COVID-19 operating hours due to relaxed state restrictions. The public can reserve picnic shelters for parties up to 100 people. Gardens are accepting outdoor wedding reservations for up to 100 attendees. Facility rentals have resumed at the Barber Park Event Center and all recreation centers. These spaces are currently limited to 50% capacity. All renters must follow the state's COVID-19 safety guidelines, including the face covering requirement. The following facility hours have also changed for reservations or planned programs. All recreation centers will be open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Smith and Trotter Active Adult Centers will be open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Lakes have returned to the regular seasonal schedule of being closed one day per week, but otherwise they're open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Monday through Saturday and from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to Greensboro Beautiful. As part of Greensboro's being designated a Tree City USA, Greensboro Beautiful planted a ceremonial tree in honor of Arbor Day. The tree stands near the Friendly Park Pool in the Friendly Homes neighborhood. The event also kicked off this year's Neighbor Woods tree planting. Both programs are supported by the City of Greensboro Urban Forestry Program, Field Operations, Parks and Recreation, Planning, and Community Development Departments. Greensboro Beautiful is a nonprofit volunteer organization working to conserve and enhance the beauty and ecology of our community. Please remember, as more places continue to open, wear your face covering, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.